we will move into the remote media questions. Let's start with Ye. It's a question for Ashir Ahmed from the Spike.gg. How do you think your arrival into the lineup has affected the roles of other members, and how effective or painstaking has the transition been?
I wouldn't say it's been very painstaking, because I feel like the majority of people on our team are pretty flexible. So I think it's been a fine transition. Obviously, there's been a little bit of downtime in which we're trying to figure out a few different things, but we've had like a decent amount of time. I think it'll be fine.
Thanks. This next question is to Stacks. How complete do you think your team has come in terms of percentage, and which players on the team are you most excited for?
스택스 선수 일단 현재 팀의 완성도를 퍼센테지로 나타내면 어느 정도 되는지, 그리고 이번 대회에서 가장 기대해 볼 만한 선수는 누구인지 DRX 안에서 뽑아주세요.
일단은 저희 완성도는 50%라고 생각을 하고, 이제 저희 팀에서 가장 기대되는 선수는 아마도 저는 RB 선수라고 생각해요.
I would say about 50% and RB.
Thank you. And we'll do one more pre-submitted question for Ye. This is also from Adarsh from Sportskeeda. Are you excited to face 3 of your ex-teammates in the playoffs here at VCT Lock-in?
Well, let's take this one step at a time here. We still have at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 games before we play them. So we'll see.
All right, and just one more for Ye. How do you feel about your playstyle in VCT Lock-in now that Chamber is no longer at the top of the Valorant meta?
Kind of happy about it, just because I've been playing Chamber for a year, 14 hours a day. So it's kind of nice to have some variety now.
All right, we'll now move to the remote media. Please use the Zoom hand raise function if you'd like to ask a question. Would anyone like to go first? I think we'll go to Alan from China.
Hi, Ben Kai.
Hello.
Hello.
I remember you, Alan. Hello.
Yeah. Why not? There are some sandwiches or something. Nothing.
Okay, for context, the last time I was in a press conference, I made sandwiches for everyone. But
yeah,
I'm a bit scared to go out here, so I didn't really get ingredients for a sandwich.
Okay. So
Sorry,
I have one maybe quite difficult question for you to answer. So it is very lucky that you and Stacks is here. So you both represent maybe the most powerful teams in APAC right now. So a lot of teams, like from what I'm hearing, more teams are targeting DRX more than PaperX as their imagination enemy in this region. Yeah, something like that. What do you think about that? Like, do you feel more relaxed about that, because most people will target will make DRX as their target, or you will feel like, no, we deserve as the APAC #1 target? Yeah,
I think it's great, man. I feel like we've been horrible in scrims. We're not really in the best shape right now, so less attention. The more attention taken off of us, the better. So I'm all for it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Alan, did you want to ask that to Stacks as well? And if so, can you repeat?
Yeah. Of course. If the translator can translate that for me. Yeah. Should I repeat the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my question is also for Stacks, because both DRX and PaperX are the most best performed teams in APAC region, and from what I'm hearing, more people put DRX as the #1 target or the highest performance team in this region. So I don't know how Stacks is feeling about that. Yeah.
저는 솔직하게 그냥 저희를 타겟으로 생각을 했지만, 아마도 이제 PRX를 조금 이제 상대하기 좀 껄끄러우니까 일부러 피해서 그렇게 선택을 한 것 같아.
Well, yeah, I do see why a lot of people put us as the target, but I feel like they're playing mind games of some sort, and I think PRX is still a very strong team to go up against.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. We'll go next to Nadine from Esports.
Hello, my question is for Stacks. 안녕하세요. My question is, so we heard from King on Genji that he thinks that Jet will come back into the meta after this chamber nerf. So my question for you is if you agree with that and if your team is going to be playing Jet compositions.
저는 솔직하게 지금 제트도 좋다라고 생각은 하지만 체인버만큼의 조금 파워를 좀 못 냈다고 생각해서 이제는 좀 제트가 없는 시대도 오지 않을까라는 저는 생각을 해요.
Well, to be honest with you, I do agree that Jet is a good agent, but I don't see Jet being as explosive as Chamber used to be. So I think there's a world where we see less and less of Jet and see other agents kind of step up.
Thank you. We'll next go to 80 from VLR.
Thank you so much. This question is for Sony, BBL. You are the newest member to BBL, along with the replacement, of course, for Elite. How have you adapted to the team so far with 1 month of preparation, and how has the rest of the team, being an all-Turkish team and experiencing fully inter-regional competition for the first time here in Lock-in?
I think when I first came to the team, I was so shy, but we had boot camp in Istanbul and we bonded very well. We're now brothers. My adaptation was really easy for me. So the guys helped me a lot, and it's going really well now. So it's all good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. We will now go to Juan Torres from Prensa Esports.
Yes, thank you. My question is for Jay. I don't know if you knew it, but here in Latin America, we know you as El Diablo, which means the devil because of your insane way of playing. So how do you feel with it?
Well, it's kind of nice, I guess. I think it's a really cool nickname, and thank you, I guess. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and may I make a second question for Stacks?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, Stacks, it might have started as a normal celebration, but now the Vamos, it's the tournament slogan, it's pretty in official branding, and basically it's immortalized in the Valorant scene. So how does that make you feel?
일단은 이렇게까지 커질 줄 몰랐고 하필 또 스프레이가 나와가지고 좀 깜짝 놀라서 이번 대회에서는 다보스를 많이 안 쓰려고 했는데 다시 써야 될 것 같기도 해요.
Well, I didn't expect it to go this big, and then there was this whole Valorant spray that came out, the famous thing. I wasn't really going to do it a lot, but I feel like now I really have to.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Let's go to Fomos next.
Thank you. 안녕하세요. 스택스 선수께 질문 드리겠습니다. 첫 상대가 바로 옆에 계신데 그 BBL e스포츠에 대해서 좀 어떻게 분석하셨고 좀 강하고 좀 경계되는 부분이나 아니면 경계되는 선수가 있다면 좀 소개 좀 부탁드리겠습니다.
일단은 저희가 지금 BBL에 대해서 아는 거는 전혀 없고 저희가 예전에 한번 브리즈를 조금 못할 때가 있었는데 그때 저희가 BBL을 보고 진짜 엄청 많이 참고를 많이 했었고요. 그때 진짜 진짜 에임이나 이런 거 센스가 너무 좋다라고 느꼈고 지금도 아마 동일할 것 같아요.
Well, the question was, well, Stacks, you're sitting right next to your opponent, VBL. So what have you made of them as your opponents? And what do you think would be a challenge facing them in the first game? And Stacks' answer was, well, we don't know a lot about BBL at the moment, but I remember when we wanted to make our breeze stronger, we studied a lot of BBL's breeze and thought that they had really good aims and high sense of a really good sense of game as well. Yeah, I think they're going to be a strong competitor.
Thanks. We'll go next to George from .esports.
Hi, everyone. My question will be for Ye. I wanted to ask, obviously coming into Cloud9, you've been with them for some time, obviously now practicing for a few months. I wanted to ask you, how would you compare the in-game leading style of Vanity compared to FNS? Obviously, you were very successful with Optic Gaming. So what would you say are the major differences between the two styles?
It's kind of hard to compare the two because like it's just different kind of styles. There's not necessarily one that's like stronger or like worse than another. And plus, I think you also need to kind of factor in like usually the IGL and coach are like a combination. So they have like direct influences like on each other and like how stuff is made, and that sort of thing. But if I had to compare, I would say probably FNS's style is a little bit more structured in the sense of like everything is very like methodical. Things are very like planned out, while Vanity is a little bit more loose and there's a lot more creativity and like more like, I don't want to say like gimmicky kind of stuff, but more variety and like the stuff that we do.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Alan from China.
Yeah. So hi, Benghai again. Yeah. So I remember that during last year, during 2022, I think after the champions, you have something like a video or essay that talking about your team is not performing up to the level that you expected during champions, right? And it feels like maybe I could describe it as a meltdown. So or tilted, I don't know. So what do you think that really happened last year that makes your team that didn't perform good enough during champions, and how that you and your team making some changes during off season to prevent that happening again? Yeah.
I think it's mainly just how we managed our expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got second at Copenhagen, right? So everybody else was after that, everyone was kind of expecting us to do better in champions. And I feel like we let that pressure get to us, and we just treated it as a learning experience. So we learned how to manage our expectations and go back to the mentality that we had in Iceland and Copenhagen. So we're trying to bring that into this event now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. We'll go next to Juan Torres from Prensa Esports. Juan, if you can unmute your mic. All right, we'll go on to Antonio Summer from Nerditude.
Hi, thank you. My question is for Benkai. PaperX is a team that proposes many new things that no one else thinks about. How does it feel to be the EGL of a team with such complex compositions?
I don't think it's as complex as everyone thinks it is. It's normally just I'm just trying to manage like 4 other clowns and their dumb ideas. So I'm just trying to piece them together and just try and make it work. And whenever they come to me with new ideas, I just try to, instead of dismissing it and saying it's a dumb idea, I'll try my best to make it work. And when it does, it looks amazing on stage. But when it doesn't, we just look like a bunch of like dumb people. So it's very 50-50 with the way that we play.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll now go to the in-house media. Are there any questions that we'd like to ask? Okay, 1 second.
Hey, my name is Raquel from VALORANT Zone. My question is for Benkai. You called the attention of the Brazilian public during the Champions League for your costumes. And what are you preparing for looking?
I mean, I'll never tell anyone, so you just need to wait and see until I actually do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the in-house media? One more, it looks like.
Hi, I'm Pedro from My Sports. This question for Ye. You had an amazing year in 2022 with Optic, and you probably received a lot of offers for the 2023 season. Why did you decide to sign with Cloud9 in the end?
There was a bunch of different reasons, to be honest with you, like some being salary, some being just the members that I'd be playing with. But in reality, Cloud9 was probably my best option, given like the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more from the in-house media? Okay, thank you guys. This will conclude the press conference, and we will be back with our final one after this.